Funeral service for Donald Edward Coleman, age 80, will be Wednesday at 2 p.m. from Curtis & Son North, with the Reverend Tommy Reeves officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Memorial Cemetery. Mr. Coleman died Sunday, March 6 at his residence. He was retired from Bell South and 39 years of service, also councilman for the city of Oak Grove for some 20 years, and a member of the Marble City Baptist Church. Visitation will be Wednesday 1 until 2 at the North Chapel. Online memorials can be sent to CurtisandSonFH.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing that service. And of course, Tony Coleman, Tony used to have the Scrubby W's here in town, remember? Right there on the corner. And Tony is a son, and I saw him yesterday. He's down in Opelika now, but Tony had the Scrubby W's here in town for several years and did a great job, and moved on down to Auburn, Opelika area, and he'll be here for the service for Donald Edward Coleman. That will be Wednesday, 2 o'clock visitation at the North Chapel from 1 until 2 also on Wednesday. Curtis & Son Funeral Home directing. Funeral service for Billy Ray Edwards Sr. will be today at Bass Funeral Home Chapel in Alexander City at 2 p.m. Reverend Boyce Walker and Reverend Mike Price officiating. Burial in the Alexander City Cemetery. Bass Funeral Home in Alexander City directing that service. Funeral service for Billy Ray Folsom, age 67, is Wednesday at 1 o'clock from Midway Memory Gardens Funeral Home Chapel, with Pastor Cal McIntyre officiating. Burial in the Pine Hill Memorial Park. Mr. Folsom died March 6 at Citizens BMC. He was a lifelong resident of Talladega and a member of the Mount Olive Baptist Church. He served many years in the armed forces in the Army and 10 years in the Talladega County Sheriff's Department as a corrections officer. The family will receive friends tonight, 6 until 8 at the funeral home. Midway Memory Gardens Funeral Home on Highway 21 in Talladega will direct that service. James Jim Howell Freeman, age 73, of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, died Sunday, March 6. Mr. Freeman was a native of Murfreesboro. He was a public relations expert for Daytona International Speedway and the Talladega Superspeedway. His civic involvement included serving as past president and board member of the Talladega Rotary Club, among many other civic organizations in Talladega County. Now, visitation for Mr. Freeman, many of you knew him, and his visitation will be at Murfreesboro's Woodfin's Funeral Chapel today from 3 until 7 o'clock. Wednesday visitation from noon until 1, followed by the funeral service at 1. And burial in the Evergreen Cemetery with graveside service of military honors at 2 p.m. Woodfin Memorial Chapel in Murfreesboro, Tennessee will direct that service. And longtime NASCAR guy, Jim Freeman, who he was a board member of the Greater Talladega Area Chamber of Commerce and part of the United Way and many, many other civic organizations. He was in the United States Navy serving during the Vietnam conflict. And he was a football press box announcer too, a media greeter and all that kind of stuff. And of course did a lot of work at the track and the Hall of Fame in Talladega for the Talladega Superspeedway. James Howell Jim Freeman, age 73, died on Sunday, March the 6th. For more information, call Woodfin Memorial Chapel, area code 615-893-5151. That's a look at obituaries this morning, brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. That is Curtis and Son Funeral Home.